Hello everybody, I'm KC and welcome to another edition of Let's Talk About. And you know what's been on my mind at the beginning of a fresh new decade? A series from the beginning of the previous fresh new decade. Longtime viewers might remember that I've mentioned once or twice that I'm a fan of Sherlock Holmes. And 2010 brought us a reimagining of the great detective in an unexpected yet oddly fitting way with BBC's Sherlock. You remember Sherlock, right? It took over the world for about 5 years. Now, while I've touched on this series a few times before, I've thought about doing a proper video on Sherlock as a whole for a while, since I was such a huge fan while it was running. But after all the backlash the series received in its last few installments, it made me a bit reluctant to voice my enthusiasm, or worse, I was worried I was misremembering, and Sherlock really wasn't all that good to begin with. But last summer, I revisited the show, watching the whole thing from beginning to end for the first time, and realized, no, this still holds up. For the most part, anyway. So you know what? I'm not afraid anymore, and we're gonna celebrate Sherlock. I thought for a while on how to tackle this because there's a lot to cover with Sherlock, especially with each episode being 90 minutes long. So with this being Sherlock's 10th anniversary, why not make it a year-long celebration? Throughout 2020, I will be attempting to review every episode of Sherlock. One a month, for a year. And yes, one a month for a year will cover almost the entire series. Again, that's what happens when your episodes are the length of many movies. But unlike something like To Infinity War and Beyond, where I try to make them a bit shorter, these will be full-on, in-depth reviews. I also don't really have a set day or anything for when Sherlock reviews will go up, just whenever there's a free spot during the month in between other reviews. The Great Detective means a lot to me, and I want to do this series that brought him into the new millennium justice. And as the Great Detective says in the 21st century,
the game, Mrs. Hudson, is on.
Welcome everyone to Sherlock and the Curious Critic.